Good morning. I'm Donna Simmons from Mott and Chase Sotheby's International Realty. But most importantly, I am in front of 112 Avondale Road in Westerly, Rhode Island. This house is all ready for a party on this expansive deck where I have been on this deck with at least 60 people having drinks and beverages and lots of fun. One of the reasons this is such a great deck is what is right in front of me. And if we can pan over to look at this gorgeous cove, this is Colonel Willie's Cove, which stretches out right to Fisher's Island, which is in Long Island Sound, Fisher's Island, New York. And you can go from here out into the open ocean. It's a western exposure. So every evening when the sun is out, you get the most glorious sunset views in the world. In fact, a lot of people name their houses, and these sellers have not. It's a beach house for them. But if I were to name this house, I would call it Sunset Cove because the sunsets are not to be believed. Let's go inside. Even though this house was built in the mid-'80s, when the current owners bought it in 2011, they took the house down to the studs. They hired a contractor and an architect, and they created this beautiful open concept house. Walk in and see the features of it. As you may have guessed already, these people are great entertainers and very popular. So they, at every occasion, have friends over. And again, this is a great open space with the living, dining, kitchen. And because they love to cook, there is also a great sort of chef's kitchen with a 6-burner Wolf range and lots of cookbooks from Ina Garten, which we might be able to get them to leave. It's just a wonderful spot for so many reasons. People love being in here because what they can do is look out onto the front terrace and see that gorgeous view. And again, let's just peek at it just a little bit. When this house was gutted in 2011 and 2012, these particular sellers added electrical, they added plumbing, they put on a new roof. So what the buyer is actually getting is a house that's really only about 13 years old. And it is nicely done with lots of details, including in the living room. We've got the gas fireplace, which of course on a day like today you don't need, but in the fall and winter, and if you decided to buy this house and use it for weekends, it's a great house for those sort of fall and winter weekends. With the open concept, it also allows the buyer to create a large space so that if they wanted to host Thanksgivings or other big parties, there's room to stretch out. These particular sellers were very thoughtful in their design, and one of them decided that she wanted her office to be off to the side, but also connected to the main living space. And you can see here that that is exactly what she has. There is some privacy here, and if somebody wanted to, they could simply continue the wall and create a private space. But what is so wonderful off of this space is a screened-in porch. Can you imagine having dinner out on this porch every night with the gentle breezes blowing off the water, looking at the glorious sunsets? And again, it gives easy access to the front terrace and to the side terrace, which you'll see in a minute is where the barbecue grill is. Coming in, we're situated on the main level of the house, which means the owners did this so that they could sort of be here forever and have everything at their touch on the same floor. And what you see over here is a grill So easy grilling, but yet safely away from the house and accessible to all of the entertaining spaces in the house. Now let's come down and see some of the other features of this special property. As I said, the main bedroom is on this floor, and the other owner decided that they wanted their office also tucked away, but in a spot where they're somewhat connected to the rest of the house. Come in. This is the main bedroom. So honestly, you don't ever have to leave this floor if you don't want to. And look at the views that they wake up to every single morning with all those boats. And there's such a great amount of beautiful water activity out there. And again, the sunset views are absolutely amazing. In this main bedroom is, of course, the ensuite bath, which they also redid in 2012. You can see that it is long enough so that you really don't have to have a glass enclosure, which is so nice. It saves a lot on having to squeegee a glass. So it's a wonderful, wonderful feature of this particular home. This house is located on 2.5 acres. What you see mowed, which we'll look at in a little bit, is a little over an acre. The other 1.5 acres is good to visually see from up here. It is some wetlands in the back down below, and they're preserved, so nothing can ever be built there. And it's a great sanctuary for egrets and ducks and rabbits, which is really exciting. Let's go now and look at the main closet. Certainly an ample sized closet for more than one person. And they have some built-ins here as well for storage. So it could be reconfigured if you wanted to configure it a different way, but it is really move-in ready right now. And to really complete the first level, there is a main level powder room and a very much desired laundry room. Now this space, as you can tell, functions as much more than a laundry room. They actually have put in a little wine fridge as well. They have lots of storage, but the really fun feature of this particular room is that there is a dumbwaiter. And you might say, well, what is a dumbwaiter and why would you use it? In a lot of older houses, a dumbwaiter was used to send food to different floors that oftentimes people who were serving an owner would do, and it would help them service their clients better. But what this one is for is it goes from the lower level, which is off the garage, and allows you to put your groceries in here and send them right up. So it's a wonderful feature that these sellers, when they rebuilt this house, really thought of everything. And now we're going to go upstairs. And here we are on the second floor at 112 Avondale Road. We're greeted by this beautiful chandelier, which will be here for the new owners as well. And look around at this is really sort of gallery space and bookcase space. So you can come up here on a rainy day and read a book, but still look out at the open ocean. It's just a wonderful retreat for families and additional space that children could use and adults. Come in first is this particular room, which is for the grandchildren, and it is a very ample room. It really is an office, but serves as a sleeping quarters for a short period of time with children. And there are 2 bathrooms up here and 2 more bedrooms. This particular bath is, of course, accessed from the hallway, which is easy access for people. And then these 2 bedrooms are joined by a Jack and Jill bathroom. But the good news is if one of the bathrooms is occupied, there's still a bathroom that can be accessed by the hallway. In addition, there are some really great storage areas. This one in particular is a wonderful storage area. Walk in, you can see that the owners are sort of pre-packing for when they sell and move. And there's also a small closet off to the left, which is really just for linens or the robes, etc. And the bathroom that connects the two is right here. There is a closet behind, which if you come in, I will show you, is great for all kinds of linens and pillows. And then the room I really would like to be my room if I were visiting here is this bedroom. This bedroom looks out on to Colonel Willie's Cove, and it looks out to the ocean beyond. And today it's just a little foggy. The fog has been clearing off, but you can begin to see how beautiful it is. And this particular bedroom wakes up just like the main bedroom to this incredible view. Let me just show you very briefly. There's so much closet space. Here is another walk-in closet, and the owners were extremely attentive to storage space, and they created another small closet over here as well. So, the only danger is your house guests may never want to leave because the accommodations are really good. Now, one other storage space I do want to show you is over above the garage. It is unfinished space, but it is a wonderful space for all kinds of storage. And what family doesn't like to have additional storage? So it's clean, it's dry. You can see all of the insulation that's up here. And I think it's great for buyers to see this because they can see how well rebuilt this house has been. Okay, and now we're going to go down to the lower level where all the entertainment and fun happens. Welcome to the lower level of 112 Avondale Road. This room is a wonderful family room with a TV so that if you have guests or you just want to come down here, you can. This floor is where all the fun happens. We have a billiard table, which is right here, and you can see there's ample room for shooting pool, etc. There is a small wet bar. There is no refrigerator, but you could see adding a refrigerator very easily so that you could service the outside. And of course, here's some exercise equipment showing you that you can accommodate all of these activities without it feeling cluttered. Now let's go out to this pool. I hope you can hear the birds out here. This pool is in a sunny, open area. It's incredibly secure in case there are little ones around. The pool is a gunite pool that was resurfaced in May of 2024. It also has a pool genie, which is not in there right this second, but the pool genie goes around and cleans the pool, 24/7. But it's a lovely pool and is surrounded by an iron gate and then some fencing in the back. In addition, on this house, let me show you more of the usable property in this house. There is a bocce court right in front of us, which can be accessed over to the side, and we will go out and see it a little bit more in just a minute. The bocce court has turf on it, and you have to touch it to ensure that you believe it's turf. It's just fabulous. It wears extremely well, and you can imagine for a game like bocce where you need a very level surface, it helps maintain that level surface all year long. And then beyond that is a putting green. So if you think about it, while you're out looking at this gorgeous cove and ocean, you've got the putting green, you've got the bocce court, you've got the pool, and you've got billiards inside. And when you must, you've got the exercise area as well. So let's go in and let me show you one additional feature. And then we'll wrap up by sort of going around the property so you can see how much property there is that you can enjoy. And here we are entering back into the entertainment area from the pool. There is a hot tub that is enclosed in a separate screened-in porch, and is available for staying should the buyer want it. And as I understand, people who really like to exercise a lot, it's very therapeutic to have that as a feature. And then beyond that, let's go out to the lower level front terrace. It's a terrace that has been, stone terrace. It's beautifully done. It is totally undercover. And I know what the sellers do is sit out here and look again at this lower level. You've got a beautiful, beautiful view of the water and also of the sunset. So this particular house has 3 levels of living. It has an opportunity also for an elevator. And I'll close by showing you the elevator space that was designated by the architect and the builder in case someone would ever want to add an elevator. And that is over in this area off to the left of the garage door. And what's upstairs is where that desk was that one of the sellers likes to use. So you could easily put an elevator here if you needed to for someone in your particular family. And in addition, there's a 2-car garage. The sellers did leave this ramp here from a prior owner, which may come in handy at some point for the lucky buyer. So this house has everything. It has 3 bedrooms. It has 3 baths, 3.5 baths. It has a gourmet kitchen. It has 2.5 acres of beautiful land, but most importantly, it has those sunset views. And we'll send you some pictures on YouTube so you can see some of those views. Thank you for visiting 112 Avondale Road. The last thing I'd like to do is just show you the outside. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't show you this lovely outdoors. What's great about this particular property is that it's just built-in fun for everyone. The pool is just beyond the iron railing, and then you've got this lovely bocce court, and you also have the putting green. So people young and old alike can find something fun and wonderful to do in this glorious, glorious property. And just look at the views out there. I mean, it's really all about the views and the sunset. So welcome to 112 Avondale Road in Westerly, Rhode Island. If you'd love to see it, please reach out to me by cell or text 401-439-0268. I would love to have you see a sunset here. Bye.